record it and just make sure. Should work. I don't know why it's just bugged out for just this one. This event's live. Alright, whatever. Anyway. Tuesday, the 25th of March. How are you all doing this morning? So, Bitcoin. Not really anything else to say compared to last week. Let me just get off the index, as I was just slagging it off. We have broken down from the daily, and we have made sort of some micro, like low to downtrend. Obviously, we got the weekly open here, which is untested, which will be very interesting for a test. And yeah, this is obviously just going to be short-term resistance, and this is going to be short-term support, and let's see what happens in the meantime. I'm still long from 77k, and yeah, I'm expecting a little bit higher actually, a little bit more of a grind up. Actually, before we talk about this, we need to talk about the long to short ratio. Let me just give it a quick refresh. So, so last night on the daily close, we actually got down to 0.82 longs to shorts in the market. So that means there was 55% of the accounts were short. Since then, we've actually come up to 1.09, so we've got more longs now in the market, just in that very short period of time. It's probably, yeah, it's literally just this little down move that we've been able to accumulate quite a lot of shorts there. Sorry, longs. I'm tripping. So yeah, it's still looking fine if we want to continue up a little bit more. But if we do start coming back down to March, I think quite a lot of longs are going to come in, and we might actually go a bit lower down into 82k. Where if you guys or me jump on the liquidations, there's a decent amount at like 82.5. Yeah, 83 to 82, sort of like that area. 82.5, 83. It's not really exact. The CoinAnk one's actually different to the CoinGlass one. I've been comparing them recently to see what was better. After Vikings said that, or someone said they weren't exact. But I can't. Yes, I can see on this one that it's mostly at 84 on CoinGlass, and on CoinAnk it's mostly at 82.7. So that is quite a big difference, actually. Maybe I'll go down to the week on CoinAnk. That's actually quite a very big difference, you know. Yeah, CoinAnk just says 82.7 is where the most is, and then CoinGlass is like 80, just under 84k. That's really weird. That's actually a massive difference. That's actually a really big difference. There is obviously stuff at 82.5, but as well, but it doesn't look as pronounced on CoinGlass. And the 84 stuff isn't on CoinLink. Interesting though. Yeah, I do think we could probably see a little bit lower if we break the weekly open, just because people are going to start longing again. But yeah, in the short term, still looking for up, still in the long. Actually looking at altcoins to scalp out long or short in the meantime. And yeah, I think like the boys said, I think the game plan is to possibly edge short higher once we get into like the bearish retest structure. Excuse me. So like probably like in here, and then if we break the yearly open, another December, and then there, and then there. I mean, if we get up to 102k, I think everyone's going to be short in that. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I think between 91 and 92 and 93 is probably a good hedge short if we get up to there, which is what I'm looking for in the short term. Anyway, that's enough of Bitcoin. Just have a look at ETH. So yeah, ETH's still in an uptrend. We might find a little bit of short-term resistance on this daily open here, as we have had a little bit of a breakdown. It's possible that you could pull a short fib somewhere in here, just roughly around there. Uh, and then obviously you have this overlapping demand, which is about 1% range. So you could possibly take a short scalp there and look for the weekly open, which is kind of untested. I'm not sure if I'd call this a proper test, but yeah, that's definitely on the cards for a possible short for me to hedge, as I am long, obviously, from like down here. So yeah, not too much to say on that. It's actually looking pretty good. ETH, we've made a new high, so if we do start coming down, you could pull a fib from either 1936 or just this really local one there, and that will come in just under the weekly open, or the 786 would just be on the weekly open there. So yeah, that's the game plan for ETH. Uh, it's looking pretty good, you know. Quite like it. We'll see what happens. Let me jump back so I can just check that the chat's all good. Good morning, good morning. They're all just retail scam things on liquidity heat map. I trust the MDX indicator most now, to be honest, because I at least can ask how it's calculated. Yeah, I think they take it. Wait, are we talking about liquidity or long to short? Long to short, I think he gets the API from Binance themselves. So if it's possible that it could be wrong data, but that would mean that Binance would be lying. So it's highly unlikely. Um, yeah, I mean, when I hear you talk about like everything that's free, that means you are the product. I 100% agree. I never really thought about it like that before. I mean, I did a little bit, but um, things that are free, like liquidity, like actual market data, where to get the proper one you have to pay for trading light. It actually makes sense that the data would be a little bit off to like make sure people are not getting the exact liquidity pockets or the exact, like the exact order book. So it would make a lot of sense. Which makes me want to go back to trading light actually, because I want a really good order book and liquidity book, and trading light had both that. They literally had the vector candles where you could see how much Bitcoin was being sold and bought on each one, I think, which was really helpful for when you're looking at the volume delta. So for example, let's just go to like Bitstamp on the 12 hour. When you're looking at the volume delta, you can actually go to trading light and like see the like what happened on the candle. So like this was a massive selling candle, you can see. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, I think we'll just have a look at some of the big altcoins quickly. Oh, there was actually a couple of things that played slash didn't play. This hasn't played out yet. I mean, it's looking like it's actually arcing up a little bit, so I'm not sure if I would short this now. I actually got a short on this on Popcat here, because I had these two touches last night. I think I was on this one just before I went to bed, 12:30, yeah. Um, and then I went to sleep. So we did do like a 5 to 6% move on this, but I was asleep, so I've been stopped out at 1%. Yeah, 1% ish on PopCat, maybe 1.5 because I was on 4x. So I'm not going to reshort this right now because we are above the resistance, which would be this blue line, all the way back here. It literally goes, bro. This is like really like long-term daily resistance. So yeah, it still does look very shorty on the 4 hour, uh, just due to this bearish div. So we'll have to see how this 4 hour close. We'll actually check back on this at 12 at the end of the stream. So someone remind me about Popcat here. It's definitely still looking interesting for sure. But yeah, we do have some overlapping demand in here. So even then, I mean, 6%, that's not too bad. It's not the worst. So yeah, we'll check that. We'll check that again at the end of the sesh. XRP actually had a nice little scalp off the weekly open. initially and then failed. So it kind of got caught there and then did that failure and then went underneath. We currently have some overlapping demand on this level, which is quite nice, and we've regained it. But I don't think there's any. There's not really a concrete trade here. Like, yeah, we've gained the weekly open, but it could easily just fail up here, anywhere in between here, and go and test slightly lower in here. So I'm not really sure about that at the moment, to be honest, on XRP. Also moves like a slug at the moment. Yeah, look, these are tiny. These are tiny moves. There's nothing compared to PopCat. Solana. Yeah, so Solana's actually an interesting one because I have a little Stuba drawn, just like waiting for something to happen here, waiting for a trigger. And I quite like this Stuba because the 618 comes in around September, which is quite nice because this is also the previous high and also this high here, which was resistance. So we could actually see if we hold that as support, and then obviously if we come further into the pocket, that's where the weekly open is. So I would be quite happy to maybe try and make something happen here. This probably looks like it's ripe for a short, actually, somewhere in there. Yeah, we got caught in these overlapping supply. So possible short actually in here on Solana. However, the first TP you'd kind of want to get maybe at 1435 at least. For your first TP about 1385. That overlapping demand. But yeah, definitely mildly interesting to me just to come slightly lower and bid lower on this. Now, obviously, caution that if we do come low on Bitcoin, uh, probably quite a lot of longs will come into the market. So be careful when bidding your stuff. I think everyone's got the same ideas that if we do the pullback, we're gonna bid lower. So maybe we don't even get the pullback. I mean, last night we were at what 0. 0.8 longs to shorts. So yeah, if we have a little rip, people are probably gonna start jumping on smashing the shorts again. And I'll enjoy that because I'm long, majority long on the market. So Pepe is right on the March level. I feel like this is gonna fail the first go. So watch for the failures. I guess this is kind of it. It looks to be it as of right now. But yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't really like that for a trade actually. It's kind of forcing something. Popcat done. Doge seems to have broken out. Doge at least got some hidden ball on the hourly above the daily open. Been supported. It's quite nice. It's not too bad. It looks like it's going to be starting to carve out some sort of like mini range here for a little bit, and then yeah, we'll see actually what happens. It kind of looks like maybe a bull flag, but yeah. So Hype actually had a nice little scalp yesterday. Someone's messaging me. Guess what, Zeus? Verdansk is coming back finally. Apparently, that's what they're messaging me about. Hype actually had a nice little scalp yesterday. Um, and it was so this low into this new high triggered obviously the stupid pocket long here. You did have a semi-decent scalp short here, but keep in mind we are on 3 minute. You did have a semi-decent scalp short on Hype here, which got us right down into the stupid pocket here. About 4.5% move, which is not too bad if you can pull out 3%. But yeah, this had also just an initial bounce off the pocket of about 3.5%. But yeah, I was sleeping. I might have taken it. might have taken it, but I'm not really. Yeah, I'll just get rid of that now. See if there's anything else available. Get rid of these brushes. Let's actually go to the hourly. Yeah, I mean, this is still in an uptrend. It's above its weekly open. I mean, it's going to go further up, isn't it? Until otherwise. There is a possible Stuba short, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling that just because this is a higher low from here. Yeah, if we do come and make a lower high, it's possible that you could short sort of like 17 just in the midterm, but we do have a lot of support below, being here and probably here. But it's just an idea for a possible little scalp. If you guys are, you know, you can pull something out of anywhere, really. Sui also had quite a nice Stuba move as well. So we obviously have the high, the low, the lower low that broke stuff. It actually broke all. It actually nearly broke all of that. So pull the fib. Gets caught right in here, literally perfectly halfway in the pocket, and then yeah, it does a 4% move down, which is quite nice. Oh, what did I delete from this? Accidentally X something. Liquidations. Oh. Okay, anyway, back to. Just gotta do all this again. Back to Sui. What are those? Definitely didn't do that on purpose. Yeah, there's also possibly another short in here as well. I feel like we kind of maybe just missed everything. Yeah, we just missed that stupid pocket. That's actually something that could hit again very soon. Um, hmm. It's not. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the worst. It's not the best. Ah. It was around the reverse. Yesterday, Adrian showed me huge differences between Trading Light and CoinGlass order book. It was around the reversal at around 88k. He was also looking at the entire wrong Trading Light chart. Oh, let me have a look. I want to see as well, guys. Yeah, I want a really good order book. I might. I think I still am paying for Trading Light like $25 a month, even though I haven't used it in like 6 months. So dead. I used to use the TPO quite a lot, but then it just the TPO is cool, but it just became too much, a little bit too much on everything in general. I just like I just like to use Stuba fibs and the combination bands. It just looks nice. It just looks yeah, it's just good. What's everyone's favorite indicator? I know probably a lot of people can say AI charting tools or Trendmaster. Or favorite tool, we'll say. Your mom. Fairs. Fair, fair, fair. Don't say sorry, bro. Don't worry. I did grow up in the COD lobbies. You're so cute, like Zeus. Like Zeus, when me and Zeus got acquainted, He tried to like, he was like making some jokes, and he was like, "No, sorry." It's like, bro, don't worry. I quit paying for trading life, trading life, because the information wasn't making my profitability better. It was actually causing me to take less trades because I was unsure. Bro, this is a really good. This is actually really good what you said because I actually had the same thing as well. So obviously MDX Algo has loads of different indicators that you can use, and they all definitely have their use case, specific use case in trading or in a strategy. But the problem with so many indicators is if you're starting to learn, for example, I've been with MDX Algo since he started the Discord. He started it in like 2020 or something, and I joined like 3 months after it started. When there was just like not even before the legacy indicators, there were like these couple like shitty little like and I was like testing them out and stuff. And then he came out with some more, and then obviously the merger with Trendmaster, we got like loads. And if you're just coming in and you're relying on indicators, you're gonna struggle because there's just too many things with conflicting biases. So you need to just have like a set few, and then have a rule like a rules-based system, like Chris and stuff say, and then just follow that rules-based system. And then any other indicator on top should just be confluence. It shouldn't be like, oh, my rules-based system says I should take this trade, but this like price GPT says it's going to go down, so I'm not going to take it. But then it plays out. But anyway, the point is, if you have too much information, it can create an information overload where you you can't execute your trade with as much directness. And yeah, that's actually a really good point. I remember I tried to. I remember I started learning like 4 years ago how to trade after being crypto for like a year, like loosely. And I was just like, I literally knew nothing about price action. I knew nothing about order books. I knew nothing about liquidity. And I was just leaning solely on the MDX indicators. And like, to be fair, I was making a bit of money because it was like the raging bull market. And I thought it was like the GOAT. Like you think you're the GOAT trader. Like you're on 10x with like grands of margin. You like, yeah, you're getting paid mad amounts. And you're like, oh, I'm the GOAT. And then the bear market comes and you actually have to learn. But yeah, um, anyway, let's have a look at. Fartcoin's not even doing anything since yesterday. This BR coin. Damn, this shit's dumped to its lows. There could be something interesting here. So, that overlapping demand's quite nicely drawn out. I quite like that. We're actually currently in it. Yeah, we got the failure right there. Literally right there is the failure. Probably even lower actually there. So, hmm, why is that? Why is that there? Why did I put that there? Hmm, it's probably more like. It's probably more like that. So yeah, we literally just touched it. I don't know why that was in the wrong place. So definitely interesting here. I wouldn't just blindly long this right now, but for example, yeah. Look, if I just went to the 3 minute, look at all that demand, and then possibly might get something on this combination man here soon. It's just you don't want to hold this when it fucking dumps, do you? Interesting. Interesting to say the least. Should watch this for a little bit while I just read the chat. No, that's so annoying that it's not streaming to the website for some reason. It was literally working fine yesterday and last week. Okay, so it can't be my settings unless I've got some spy on my laptop changing my settings, like I told you. This is why I need to get a burner thing, bro. Anyway, um, AI trying to Wave Master, the two I always have on. Yeah, so fair, bro. I mean, you don't really need much else. You actually don't. Like, I know we're an indicator company. I know we sell like loads of good ones, but especially if you're not like a pro trader, one, you're not going to be able to utilize the all the indicators properly, and two, people who actually become pro traders actually trade a lot less. So, for example, like MDX, how he's like he barely trades nowadays. It's because he doesn't need to, bro. Like the market's not do. Oh, by the way, this is dumping. The market's not doing anything day to day, even week to week. Sometimes week to week, yeah, it is. But the moves take like a couple months to play out, and then he can come back, and he's just a swing trader now. And it's exactly the same. Like if you just have too much simplicity, is the best. 8% of the time, markets range exactly. 20% it trends, and then people come in at the end of the trend, and then they get bought out in the range. It's funny because I came into the market when we were just in the massive 2020-21 trend. So I learnt to trade in like the 20% of the 4 year cycle, which was just up only. And I genuinely thought like I was the GOAT. Like I had this like, I was at uni, I was in like first or second year at university, and I'd bought like a shit ton just after the COVID crash. Like my first buys ever, I was buying like E for like 100, and Bitcoin was at like 3K, 4K or something, 5K. But obviously I was super super broke from being at uni, and I had like so much margin in my buy bit, like so much, so much, and I was just trading, and I was like being such an idiot thinking back on it. I'm pretty sure I got licked for like a couple E from 10x one point, or maybe more. But that was like a lot for me back then because I was pretty broke. Yeah, good old times. The good old times, eh, guys? I'm definitely happy I got to experience the last bull cycle. Can you look at AVAX, please? Oh yeah, for sure. AVAX is actually interesting because we were talking about it. Just having a reach for the sky moment. So we were talking about this for a while. Let me just see if I can clean this up slightly. Yeah, so I have been talking about this like macro pocket for a little while in between here and here. And yeah, I honestly didn't think we were gonna really drop this low here on the 786, but I did. I think I said if we do, $15 is gonna cap it, which is just obviously the low end of the pocket, and we've kind of got exactly that. For now, it looks like it's trying to do a V bottom, so we need to come and test in sort of like 25, 26. Around here would be a really good test, and then do a higher low. A really bullish one would be if we break here now and then do that. That would probably be the most bullish, because then this would just be a deviation. V bottom recovery in the Stuber pocket. We're gonna go and look for the yearly open, I would say. I mean, there's probably so much liquidity just up here. Like I can literally just see it on the chart with my eyes. the amount of short liquidity. And the reason I know that is because if you look on ETH as well, the amount up, bro, the amount up here is ridiculous, ridiculous, and even here to a certain extent. So, you know, if we are going into a bear market, which we very possibly could be in the next few months, man, come on, we're gonna take some of this stuff at least. But anyway, back to AVAX. Now that I can delete this because it played out perfectly, let's delete that. Let's also delete this because we don't really need it anymore. So yeah, let me get rid of the brushes as well. Yeah, on the daily, it actually looks pretty decent right now. Obviously, the downtrend isn't. I can't say the downtrend is done, but it looks like we have some hope due to just the nature of the recovery right now. We need to put in a higher low for sure. So like if we find this as resistance here now where we are, which very well could be the March open, which was resistance back here. We need to put a higher low in round here, literally just this weekly open, this block. Preferably we don't want to lose that 19.4-ish. But yeah, I think it looks good. I do think it looks good. It's on the uptrend. Here, actually, let me take all of that off and do this. A higher low there would be literally just perfect because it would flip this level. Oh, damn. Fuck off. It would flip this level here, which was resistance, resistance. I guess resistance again. And that's also the weekly open. So if this is going to be resistance, higher low it here, hopefully break into August, November. And then, yeah, let's burn all that short liquidity. That's what I'll be looking out for on AVAX. Looks good though. Looks pretty decent. Getting an interesting little pump this morning, guys. Actually, some movement. AVAX seems to be doing well on the day. Render as well has been pumping nicely. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys this. So I was actually looking. I didn't take this trade, by the way. Just I wish I did. Very, very simple new low. Very, very simple break of the highs. Very, very simple fib pool. Perfectly caught on the 786. And then 26% pump so far. Excuse me. And yeah, you even had the opportunity to actually get it on the 618 here as well, if you missed the 786 touch. So pretty decent on render. I mean, I look at this all the time, but I barely trade it anymore. I used to trade it quite a lot. That seems to be going up for resistance. I actually really like that. This is bullish if we can close like that. This is super bullish for something like this. And it also gives me hope for like the AI sector going into this year, which we might have a nice little movement on, as I am quite heavily in AI spot coins, which are down a little bit. It's actually been funny because my leverage trading account's been doing quite well recently, and by recently I mean like since December, let's say, since the big Trump pump. But all the profits I've made, I've just been siphoning into altcoins, which have now dumped like 60-70%. So I'm actually not up. Well, I am up on my leverage account, but I drain it every so often and put it into like cash reserves, or if I make big profit, I'll drain it, put it into cash reserves, or put it into alts. And in Jan, or it was like at the end of December, start of Jan, I was like, yeah, surely the alt season's gonna come. I was just siphoning it into like mid caps, and they're all just down like 60, 70% now. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, but it'll be great if the market comes back a little bit. Do you see a pullback on Tesla for an entry for a long-term hold? Yes. So I was actually talking about that in Viking stream a little while ago. Um, the Stuber. I actually wanted 180. Um, I actually still do want 180. However, that would change if we test March and do a higher low, like I've just drawn out here. So yeah, this would obviously be my ultimate. If you see 180 on Tesla, buy it. Like just buy it. Even 170 something, just buy some. I think it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good long-term hold. I really do. I don't think this is gonna. I mean, obviously, it definitely could. If we do something nasty in the market, it definitely could do that. But I think this is going to be a decent little trade, at least just up to there. If we do test March and do another low, I think that'll be a decent trade. I'm not sure about long term because um, Chris and Max are talking about possibly like a stock market, like a stock crash in the next 2 years. But I definitely think this is worth a swing on Tesla. And then like this is the thing when the Max FUD is here, and then everyone hates Elon the most, and then he brings out something like Doge X payments, or Tesla brings out something new, or like I don't know, he gives everyone 2K from Department of Government Efficiency. It's just gonna pump, isn't it? Like it just is. It just is. So yeah, watch for the higher low from here now. I mean, we've got lots of support. We've got weekly, we've got Q4, we've got November, we've got all that stuff. And then if we break September, which is where the demand is, I'll be looking for 180 on Tesla. But yeah, it's done a nice retrace from the high. Let's just measure that. 55%. It's not bad. Let's actually have a look at our Palladium. So yeah, this is one thing I actually talk about sometimes. This was actually going to be my exit strategy around probably, in the next couple of months if the bull market was popping off. If the altcoin season was popping off, Palladium was something I was actually looking at as an alternative to gold and silver. As you know, just gold, look at that on the weekly. That's in a parabolic uptrend. And this looks to like not have even started an uptrend and finding support down here. This is the weekly chart, by the way, so I think this has got a good chance to get, at least go and like test somewhere in the highs, maybe here. What's that? 150%? It's not bad on a precious metal, is it? As a store of wealth. And to be fair, like the downside, what you're looking at is, if you drop that level 20%, you could probably even put a stop at like 15 if you drop this level here, which I doubt it is going to drop. Let's just have a look at the without that. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to round bottom. So yeah, something interesting if you want a safe investment, and it's an alternative to gold. Let's have a look at this BRU again. It's cleared all of that demand just now. I've got limit orders in already. Legend. I like it at 194 front running. Yeah, that is actually a good idea, front running it. What was that, the Q3? Or the 618? Yeah. Yeah, I hear it, I hear it. And to be fair, the reason why I like that is because 194 and 180 isn't that big of a difference if we're going to go and see sort of like mid range or high range. However, if your orders are only at 180, you might just not get hit. It might just go to like 182, and you're like, what the fuck? So yeah, I hear it for sure. Have you guys seen the electric Chinese supercars? Look out, Tesla. Oof. Yeah, China's cooking, bro. China's actually cooking, man. Yeah, I hear you, Jack, on the crash, Optimus. Optimus the coin, you mean? The robot. There's actually a coin called Optimus as well. It's like a meme. It's like a shitty coin. Make sure you have a Tesla charger port, otherwise their stocks may run out of juice. Lol. Thank you, much appreciated. No worries, my friend. You still watching Tao, mate? Yeah, I am. I'm kind of just on the back burner of it. I own quite a nice bag of Tao on spot. It's like, where is the chart? It's here. It's actually not too bad. Like most of my buys are like in this sort of region of like 320 to 380. So I'm not really down that bad on this. Uh, the reason why I didn't buy the lows is just because I wanted to see if we're gonna hit 70k Bitcoin, and I already have a bag, and to like significantly lower my entry price, I would have to like put quite a lot in at the lows. So I wasn't really willing to do that, but it actually looks quite good. It's trying to break out of this. I think I drew this ages ago. It's trying to break out right now on this 4 hour. There's a lot of support below. This weekly's untested, so this could be a good area for a long. We are getting a little bit overbought, and this candle looks like it's been going to be sold back below Q3. So this is definitely something to check on the close. And if we do, yeah, I don't. That's looking a bit shorty actually. It's perfect touch of September. If this closes underneath there, yeah, actually short this. There's even a micro in there, literally where we are now. You can actually short this down to the weekly open. I think that's quite a good short. I mean, quite a what's the word? Concrete option that you could take if you're looking for a little intraday. And the reason I say that is because the stop, I mean, 2%. Yeah, it's not too bad. Do it on like 5x. But in terms of spot, yeah, I still have my bag. I hear that they've got a halving. They have like a halvening sort of thing in December, and yeah, they just released all their subnets, which I yet to dive into. I don't really understand how it works actually. I've got like a bunch of Tau in my Tau wallet, um, but I don't want to. I don't want to set it for staking because I don't get it. I don't understand it yet, so I don't want to just randomly do it. Usually, I just randomly be like, okay, bang, bang, bang. But with this one, I actually don't want to do that. But yeah, I still think this is gonna do pretty well. Hopefully. I mean, a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, you might have been buying this at 400 and you might be down 50%, but you know, a 50-60% pump is very very attainable on altcoins, and then you're back to break even at least. At least. So I'm not really panicked about that at all. I'm not panicked about that at all. Bet you guys wished you landed in here. Yeah, Ada's been I've had this drawn on for ages. This is trying to break out as well, literally right now. Again, lots of support below where you can bid. I think I'm long from 6.5. But I didn't get my whole order in, which is upsetting. But yeah, very very simple trading right now. I quite like it because we've had the volatility. Now we've had the consolidation. We're hopefully going to get the trending move up, and then we'll see what happens with the resistance on Bitcoin. the weekly. I'm pretty sure I echoed the same thing as Viking, which was just like, if we can gain, where did I mark it? What did I mark it on? Probably this, probably 92. It's probably that on the daily. Why does it change all the time? Something like that. Something like in there. We can gain in there. Nice. If it's resistance and we do a high low, then also nice. So like that. Also pretty nice. Yeah. But again, not out of the woods. For sure. In the grand scheme of things. Like, if you just look at this chart, it just looks like it wants to come here. But then again, everyone and their mother is calling for it, aren't they? I just know Bitcoin loves to retest prior highs. It just does it all the time. It just does it all the time. But anyway. Does anyone have any specific charts, questions? Can't hear anything. I'm not on mute. Should be fine. Let me see. Would be sick to have Optimus Prime assistant robot. That would soon. When each operating system is able to incorporate their own version of ChatGPT for the system, so you can literally tell it to edit photos, do things for you on your system. That's when we're really gonna start cranking and cooking. Because I imagine you could just use Siri on your Mac and be like, make this edit for me with this video, or include this and cut it like this. Oh, it'll be unreal. Get a stake through Root. Rizzo also offers insurance on your towel if you buy 2 towels worth of one of the subnet tokens. Okay, interesting. All you need to do is validate with Rizzo through Root and buy 2 towels worth of the subnet token. Okay. I do have a couple towel. If I buy like 10 towel worth, does it multiply the, or is that the entry price, 2 towel? Can you guys hear? Yeah, I can. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Leave and re-enter. Yeah. I use Nova Wallet. I used the actual towel one. I've been buying it. I had about 17% yield. Interesting. Might still get a chance to buy lower in May. I agree. I agree. That's why I'm. I mean, I was buying altcoins when I thought alt season was gonna happen, and it didn't. So fair. Now I just want to make sure that if we, like, I'll still buy the lows, but I think it's just a bit too preemptive at the moment, which probably means that we're gonna go up and see alt season now. But who knows? I will buy the lows if I'm just waiting for 70k. I just feel like we could get that one more, that big one. I agree. I agree with Swampy there. For spot, it's possible that we could see lower. No insurance is fixed. Lol. I'll get the link. Secure channel through Rizzo export AI during process. It looks cool. I like the name Rizzo as well. This is like Tao Insurance. This is cool. This is nice. This is cool. Interesting. Definitely something to keep an eye on. So, yeah. What can I leave you guys with today? Usually the Tuesday volume into Wednesday and Thursday is the best for trading, but just keep in mind that we do have the data on Thursday and Friday, so it might be a little bit of a strange week. But usually recently I've noticed that when I do my Monday stream, nothing happens. Like nothing really happens. We just do the like weekly closes and stuff like general whatever. And then on Tuesday, because I don't stream on Wednesday, usually it plays out on Wednesday, or that at least happened the last couple weeks. So let's check Popcat. It's closing in 1 minute. We'll check this one out. Yeah, that looks like it's pumping. I mean, I'm still in my long, right? Whoops. Hey, I switched the toolbar by accident, but yeah, still in my long with a tiny bit. It's a no-brainer. You can get 2 tau of either subnet, 20 or 40 to qualify. So I can get both. Yeah, that's nice. Thanks, Jack. Off the gym. Have a good gym set, brother. Thanks for joining in. See you soon. See you soon, brother. Have a good one. So yeah, there's no short on PopCat right now. I mean, it's definitely coming. If you look at this 4 hour, let me just take this box away. I mean, yeah, that did break stuff. That actually made a new high, so we'll just put that there now. Um, yeah, we need to wait for a breaker structure for this bearish div to actually take hold. Right now, it's looking like it could even squeeze up into March, which would be nice for my runner, but to be honest, my runner's just for show now, guys. I'm literally 90% out of that trade. I'm not even benefiting like a mad amount. Look, I'll literally show you the runner. It's literally just a flex. It's literally just a flex. But yeah, I think today was a good one. I want to leave you with at least one high probability setup because I know that Wednesday's good volume. Wednesday's probably my favorite trading day, which I kind of enjoy having it off or doing nothing. What did I say that was possible for a short? Was it Solana? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's gonna go. It's a not. I hate it when it just like literally just misses the 786. I mean, it basically did hit. We could just make that line a bit fatter. Just imagine that it did. I don't know if I'd enter this now just because you got the daily open and you got the overlapping demand here. So if you were to enter that now, I mean 2.5%, your stop would have to be in there. It's just not worth it, is it? It's worth it if you laddered into the overlapping demand and your entry's like up here and your stop can be like at the 886. But I don't think it's worth it right now. It's definitely going to play out though. If anyone wanted to, if anyone wants to do something on that, and yeah, PopCat seems to be going higher at the moment. I don't think this is ready to short at the moment, even though it's bear diving on the 4 hour. Yeah, I actually haven't even checked the injective. Ooh, ooh, hello, hello. Um, yeah, interesting. I'd be quite hesitant to long this just literally at res, but I think this is gonna break out. It does look like it, and come up to, whoops, come in here, and maybe even in there. Well, I can't draw a straight line. gonna stop my recording. Stop streaming.